Hi there, good morning. Today I wanted to talk to you about breakfast, and what I wanted to cover is basically when you should have breakfast, why you should have breakfast, what happens when you don't have breakfast, because that's a big point too, and I'll finish off with kind of sharing what you should have for breakfast, and I'll also let you know where you can find some breakfast recipes and that are free for you to download and go ahead and make them yourself every day. It's the ones that I have as well. It's the breakfast recipes that I follow every day. So I wanted to share those with you today. So I'll be doing that at the end of this video if you stick around. So let's start with the when. When should you have breakfast? First off, it's actually really important that you do have breakfast. It's that one meal of the day that you shouldn't skip any meals during the day, but it's actually a really important meal of the day that you shouldn't be skipping at all, even when you're not hungry. So it's a bad habit that a lot of people have, is to not have breakfast and to just go straight for coffee and not eat anything until lunchtime. So that's a big no-no, especially when you're struggling with weight loss and when you're trying to lose weight and or maintaining your weight, or if you have issues with cravings. Okay, so I know when I had bad cravings for sugar, the first thing I would do was skip breakfast because I felt so bad for all the foods that I binged the night before. But by skipping breakfast, I would just create a vicious cycle, right? Because if you don't eat in the morning, it's going to catch up with you again in the evening or even already in the afternoon. So let's rewind. When should you be having breakfast? So you should be eating your breakfast within 1 hour after waking up, okay? And the reason for this is very simple. It's because you always want to maintain your blood sugar stable throughout the day. Maintaining stable blood sugar throughout the day, starting in the morning, is the key to successful weight loss, to maintaining your weight, to keeping stable energy, to cutting cravings, and to just generally be in a better mood and better health. Okay? So this is an issue that nowadays we don't focus on that anymore, but it's a problem for so many people because we live in a culture, in a society, and in a day and age where carbohydrates are everywhere, especially refined carbohydrates. It's the food that's most widely available. It's the cheapest food also, and it's the food that we crave the most because it's so comforting and because it gives us that sensation of happiness, right? But by eating all these carbohydrates, our blood sugar is a roller coaster all day long, and that's what causes hormonal imbalances and all the other problems that are not allowing us to maintain our weight, to lose weight, and to have stable energy and mood throughout the day, okay? So you want to start your day with breakfast within 1 hour after waking up, because otherwise your blood sugar is going to drop, okay? And when your blood sugar is really low, the first thing that your body is going to ask for is carbohydrates, okay? And especially specifically, the thing that you're going to crave most is not just any carbohydrate, but you're going to crave the refined carbohydrates, okay? So that's going to be anything with white flour in it, white sugar, anything that's kind of a quick fix. And when you do that, your blood sugar is going to spike really quickly. And the more quickly your blood sugar goes up, the more quickly it's going to drop as well. Okay, so have your breakfast 1 hour after waking up. Make it a balanced breakfast, and I'm going to get to that at the further on. But yes, so you want to plan for that. Breakfast is the easiest meal to plan for because you tend to be at home, you tend to wake up in the morning, you can have your things prepared. If you don't have a breakfast routine right now, just wake up a little bit earlier or prepare your breakfast the night before so that you have it in the morning and you can consume it without a problem and start your day off right, okay? So I kind of went into the why already. It's because you want to maintain your blood sugar stable. By not consuming breakfast, like I mentioned, your blood sugar goes down. And you might be able to maintain that for a while, but you're going to start craving your coffee, you're going to start craving that muffin, toast, anything sweet to get you through the morning until you have lunch, okay? So yeah, that's kind of the why. Maintain your blood sugar stable. If you start with low blood sugar throughout the day, and you're going to start your day with a roller coaster of blood sugar, that's going to carry out throughout the day too. So the lower your blood sugar goes in the morning, or the more it spikes in the morning, the harder your cravings are going to be to control at the end of the day. So that's when you start. First off, you get tired around 3 o'clock, or you can't really control what you have at dinner. You eat too much, you start craving more carbs at dinner time, etc. And that's what I hear a lot from clients and from people that I speak to in general, even from you guys. You write to me and you're like, I've got breakfast under control, I've got lunch under control, but when dinner comes or when the afternoon comes, I can't control my cravings and I just binge. Okay, so that's very common. If you do have breakfast and you still have that problem, you're not having the right breakfast, you're having too many carbs at breakfast, okay? So you want to reduce carbohydrates at breakfast and have more fats and proteins in the morning and keep carbohydrates to a minimum. So that takes me to the what to have for breakfast, right? As I mentioned earlier, carbohydrates are what cause your blood sugar to drop or to rise and fall the most, especially the refined carbohydrates that don't have any fiber in them. And that's something that you really want to avoid in the mornings, because your breakfast is what sets you up for success for the rest of the day, okay? So have a breakfast that's high in fat, because fats digest really slowly and they don't affect your blood sugar at all, okay? You also want to have protein in the morning, because that's really important for nourishing you. Also, it's very important they digest slowly, not as slowly as fats, but they digest more slowly, a lot slower than carbohydrates. So you want to make sure that your breakfast is a combination of those two, and you want to have as little carbohydrates in there as possible. And if you do add carbs to your breakfast, make sure that they're low glycemic carbohydrates, okay? So a great example, and I know you hear this all the time and you're probably tired of hearing it, but berries. Berries are a great addition to a breakfast. They're great for flavor, they're great nutrient value, but they're also really low glycemic. So they will help keep that blood sugar stable, okay? Okay, I guess that kind of sums it up. You should have breakfast within 1 hour after waking up. Why? Because you want to keep your blood sugar stable and you want to avoid cravings and overeating later on in the afternoon. And it's also going to be the thing that's going to help maintain your energy the most stable throughout the day, okay? Now, what to eat? You want to eat high fats and high protein in the morning, and keep carbohydrates as low as possible. And if you do add them to your breakfast, make sure that they're low glycemic, because that's going to contribute to keeping your blood sugar stable throughout the day. There are 3 recipes that I want to share with you for a breakfast that you can really easily make every morning. It's really delicious, really easy to make. That's what I eat in the morning too. So if you join my 5-day detox to stop carb cravings, I share those 3 recipes with you. I'll leave the link below the video so you can sign up for that. And I really, if you have issues with cravings, if you have issues with overeating or even keeping your energy stable throughout the day, and you're just not getting further with your progress, with your weight loss progress, then I really, really highly recommend that you sign up for the 5-day detox to stop carb cravings, because it's so helpful. And I think it can really provide a lot of information that you might not have heard before that, yeah, will be very supportive for you. And it's free, okay? So really, the link is below. Go ahead and sign up. If you have any questions, also just comment below the video, let me know, and I'll get back to you on that as soon as possible. Have a great day. Bye.